Hello. Lately I've had a lot of problems with clogging and stuff because I'm using a zero point 0.2 nozzle. I just cleaned this, but I still cannot get it to extrude. So thought I would show you guys at the same time the points that can be problematic on these X1c Hotends and extruders on where you can get the clogs. Obviously, you can get the clog inside here. I have a different video that show you how to clean that. I also made a video about the design flaw that I think is inside these hot ends. You can remove the hot end um, and the extruder as one unit. Just three screws, one here, and there's one here, and there's one here. So this is the orientation it will be placed. I'm just gonna unscrew the hot end itself from the extruder. Okay, so now I can just gently take that out. Sometimes you have a problem here with there can be pieces of filament stuck here because the blade, cutting blade, it goes this way, just over here, over this edge, inside the hot end. So you have the inlet for the cutting is here, so it goes in there and then it cuts the blade. So sometimes you do need to use a cold pull, sometimes you need to push through, sometimes you need to clean the nozzle with a steel brush. Um, with these 0.2 nozzles, usually I have to get out filament until about here. Then I need to use do another cold pull from the nozzle unit itself, because sometimes it's stuck. And like showed in the short I have, put like a wire thing straight through, and then you scrape off the filament at the bottom, and you do a cold pull back out. So that should clean out the hot end itself. And for me, this hot end was actually clean, so I hope it's still. But when I tried to extrude, there was nothing coming out. I can see though that something has got stuck here, so let's see if we can pull out the filament. You can see the filament came out. I haven't actually done anything. Uh, so when this happens, I don't know if you can see, but I can tell from the way he's really struggled to get these past the gears inside this one. So it could literally be that this is my newest one. It's only 2 weeks old. This extruder. Um, so it could literally be that the grinding gears is not pushing the filament properly. It is able to pull it back out, luckily. But I'm gonna go through the steps here because I've seen a video online where they say, "Oh, your stock filament can be inside here." Let me see. We're gonna just focus on that. So your filament can be stuck inside this unit, and they recommended that you can go and just remove the unit itself. It's connected with these two screws. And it is true, you can get a clog there, but it's rare. There. You see? So what usually then happens is that you have your filament comes down here, and then you get on the tip there you get like a blob, and then you cannot pull the filament back out. That can happen. But usually this here is not a problem. I can actually tell that this one is magnetic inside there, and you can usually tell as well that there is nothing sticking through there. So this one is okay here. Now the other thing is that when you have this hot end, you can tell that the filament is supposed to go into this hole and into the gear structure. So the next point is inside. Now I also had problems with this hole here on the underside getting filament stuck in it. I cannot see anything inside there now, so I don't think that's a problem, but I am suspecting the gears are not very good. So I'm going to open this up, and you turn it around and you have the back side. There's two different bits you need, and it's like hex keys. One of them is the one you use for removing your Hotend normally, and the other one's a little bit smaller. And yeah, I'm just going to remove these 4 screws. Notice I haven't had this open after I started getting problems with it, so this is a fresh check. Okay, so now I brought out the wires and the screws. I have this now. You can gently take off the lid, and then you expose the extruder. And there is a small ball bearing at the middle here. It actually sits there normally. Sometimes it comes off, and if there is a filament stuck inside, you may not be able to remove this. What you can do is you can unscrew this screw here, because there's a big spring there that puts pressure on that thingy. So like this, and then you can immediately feel that the tension loosens. And most of the time you can bring this out, and I cannot see anything stuck here now. Sometimes you have the gears inside like these tiny ones. See if I can focus a bit. These tiny ones can fill up with filament, and then it makes it bad to hard for the filament to go through. Or yeah, sometimes these gears here can wear down. Now this is metal, and this is metal. This is plastic. These rarely get worn down, but these can wear down more easy. So then you have the hole I was talking about in the bottom. If you see here, let me see if I can show you with the light. You can see the tip is coming in there. You can have filament clogged all around the inside here. You can also have it jammed on the inside here. And when you remove this, you can pull out this arm. And you can see that underneath that arm, you have the other part of the pulling mechanism. So here you have the other wheel. And this, I have seen cases where this one gets worn down. Now they changed the design of this. Here it's like slanted sideways. On the older models, it's 90 degrees. But this looks fine, which is weird. And when I look inside here, just lift out the spring for a little bit. This goes into the spring, and it's the flat side goes out. So when you show it, hang on, this one goes into the spring, and you have the screw is pressing on the outside, so you have the edge here always go outside. When it presses the spring, it will look like this, not the other way around. Just keep in mind on that. Now, when you remove everything here, you can get in and you can check, okay, is there any, can you see any like filament or anything inside here? I cannot see anything. I see no wear and tear. I know the openings look okay. Now, as I mentioned in the old video, the problem is the bottom side here. This arch here, sometimes the filament can get stuck on the edge. Then it tries to get pulled back, but it's already bent, so it cannot exit. So you keep pulling it back and forth, and then you get that thing. So You have the possibility of filament getting stuck inside the unit, under it. Sometimes it can be over it as well, but you can see here, you can see through the hole. There's nothing stuck in it. So I thought there was something inside the extruder. It is not. So that just leaves this Hotend to be the problem for me. I did clean it thoroughly, and I just bought it. And that is really annoying. I really don't know what to say. This Hotend is not even a week old, and I haven't done so much printing. And I just clean it, and I try to print PETG, and then I tried to go back and print PLA, and it didn't want to come out. So yeah, most likely it's not working as it should. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys how I can inspect these. And the easiest way now is to put in, I'm going to reassemble everything so you can see. So we reverse everything. We go in and we say, okay, I want this one in first. Remember, the smaller taps here, they go down. So twist it, and the big go out like this. Okay. Then you have the screw itself, just screw it all the way out so you can fit the spring like this. And then you take the spring, make sure you have the flattest end. I think it's that one. So the spring is pointing out like this, and it's always easier to lodge top first. So lodge it in from the top, not from the bottom, like that. And then I just tighten it a little bit until I feel that it's starting to come in. So see, now it's pressing a little bit, you can feel the tension. And then the next step is this one. Just put that back in, twist it gently, and feel that it drops into the other. I guess you can check that it's working by checking underneath that it's spinning the other one. I don't know if you can see. You see here, inside here. So when I can turn this perfectly, you know that it's working as it should. There should be no resistance or scratching sounds. Okay, so the next step is to I'll just tighten the screw properly first. How far in should you put this screw? It will basically stop when it reaches the end. I receive them like that, so I always do it like that. I don't put so much pressure, but I put enough just to make sure it's tight so it doesn't come loose. Now this one is pressing to the inside, so you will get a squeeze of the filament. I have a feeling this is one of the problems with printing TPU, but I'm not sure. I read another video where someone was modifying their AMS to print TPU, and might be a better idea. Now, you can choose. You can put it like that, or you can just easier to avoid dropping problems. You can just put the ball bearing in first, and then you just put the lid on like this. And then you just insert all the 4 screws. Like this. You don't put them extremely hard. You put them until they stop, and then you just give them an extra millimeter of a nudge, just to make sure it's tight. Do a spin test. Check that there is no loose parts, because you need to check that the ball bearing here is okay. And yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny hole here. Shows you the filament. And you can also test that it's moving on the, sorry, you can move and check that it's spinning on the underside as well. So it spins on both sides, everything looked good. As I said, this one is barely a week old. Now you need to reassemble this. Just gonna check which way was it. Holds out. Here we go. So you just place this in. Just look for the PCB. That one goes outwards from this side. You just squeeze it into place. Don't put so much pressure. Put the two small screws in. Use the smaller bit set. Hard to show you with the light. There, now it stops, and just give it a little bit of an extra tug. Here, so that is the whole extruder reassembled again. Should be ready for use. Now, I'm not going to show that in this video, but I am going to try and swap the nozzle. And it sucks because I really thought that was a good nozzle. Yeah, well, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.